Okay.
Okay.
Ready.
Yeah, we're going.
Go.
It's happening?
It's on.
So now we're going to talk about head collars, and we use two different types of head collars here at San Diego Humane Society. The most common one is the gentle leader, and when you take it out of the sleeve, it'll probably look like this. This is not how it goes on the dog. The gentle leader has this little, you see that?
Yeah,
that
that's better.
Metal
8.
8. It's an 8, possibly like a pop top kind of deal. But the narrower band always gets pulled through, and it goes over the dog's nose. You see how Fido here isn't really psyched about it? His name's not Fido, it's actually Bernard. But it goes over the dog's nose, and then the wider strap will clip right behind his little floppy ears. This is not, it's called a head collar, but it doesn't fit like a collar. It doesn't go down the dog's neck. It stays snug right up behind the ears. So, once we've gotten it on the dog, you want to double check that it's snug so it comes down the nose but not off. And this snap right here, remember, if this were a real dog, I wouldn't be reaching over like this. This snap right here is what will make the nose band either longer or shorter so that it can fit on the dog differently. So I'm going to put that on, snap it closed, and then if I need to snug it up, I'll do so right there. Can you see that? So
Yes.
I can move that. Don't hold the dog's muzzle. I can move that up and down so I can get it to the appropriate fit. These should all be sized for the dogs, so you shouldn't need to adjust them. Please don't adjust the gentle leaders on your own. If you feel like a gentle leader needs to be adjusted, please talk to a staff member, and we can do that for you. When you attach the leash, you clip it not just to the loop right here, but also to the collar. And that's for safety reasons. You know, occasionally a dog does scrape it off of the muzzle, or there is such thing as hardware failure. So we just want to make sure that we have a second way of holding the dog if something should break on the gentle leader. Hasn't happened yet, but better safe than sorry. So next we'll look at the walk-in train. The walk-in train is a similar concept, but a slightly different fit and a somewhat different design. These are a little bit more confusing. They've got a lot more bells and whistles on them. But when you hold it up like this, you can see it pretty much looks like a halter for a horse. The major difference between the walk-in train and the gentle leader is the side bar right here. You can see that. So when I snap it closed, and again, these should all be sized for the dog, you can see that this piece of material right here, if the dog was going to paw at it, this is going to keep it from coming off. That means that even though we do have this adjustable bit right here, same as the gentle leader, we have the freedom to make it a little bit looser without having the dog be able to pull it off. We find that these are more comfortable for some of the dogs, and they have a shorter acclimation period for them to get used to them. Unlike the gentle leader, you don't have to attach the leash to the collar. This has its own safety catch, so you just clip that right onto the collar itself, and then you can put your leash right on the control loop right there. So when all is said and done, again, should be able to slide down the nose but not off thanks to our handy little side strap, and it should also be snug on the back of the head. If you do feel like it needs to be adjusted, again, please let a staff member know. But now we have a dog who's ready to go for a walk. Now we're going to get it on him, and you see I'm holding it up like this so that his nose is going to be going right through. He's ready to go. But I have treats in my hand, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to feed him, and I'm going to put it over his mouth. Some dogs are very reluctant about these, and you can do it a couple times before actually putting it on. But now that it's over his head, I'm going to bring the strap around and just snap it. Can you move your head there, sweet pea? There we go. I'm going to snap it right there. It's nice and snug there, and I can tell that it can slide down his nose, but not all the way off. So he's ready to go. I'm going to snap it to his collar and then attach the leash right there. And he's doing very well. So we're going to head out for a walk in just a second. But one of the important things to know about head collars is that you should not be pulling on them. Oh, he's sick. Good boy. These are self-correcting devices, so if you pull, then the dog is going to feel a real jerk, and dogs can injure their necks very severely if you yank back on a head collar. So just be aware of that. You can keep the leash short for safety because you don't want to have to pull back. Just make sure that you're keeping your hands as quiet as possible. Quiet hands, everyone. Quiet hands. So he's sitting nicely. Are we ready? Okay. Are you going to dart out a little bit? Don't forget your wags. Keep it. Good boy. Oh.